Hello. Hoping all is well on your end today. So this is a video that I'm creating to address skill-based matchmaking and the anti-skill-based matchmaking argument and why it is just so incorrect. Like the people who are arguing against skill-based matchmaking are making such bad arguments against it that they're actually arguing for it with the points that they're making, but they think they're arguing against it. It'll make more sense here once you see a couple clips that I'm going to show here from other YouTubers, and then I'll address them and why it is that way. And I'll probably also address why they make those arguments, why they title them the way that they do, and it makes no sense to me at all, and you'll see why. I'll just get a couple points here from other YouTubers that I generally see people make in public lobbies and whatnot. So from my experience, this is the general opinion of skill-based matchmaking and why it needs to go and all this stuff, but in fact it is arguing for tighter skill-based matchmaking. They just don't understand their own argument. Anyways, here, I'll let them get to it.
It happened to me in Apex Legends now. I've been playing the game on console barely at all, and I have less than 100 kills with my character. Lifeline's my favorite specialist to use, or whatever the hell they call them, and I have 3 wins for season 3 so far, and also now I'm being matched up with the MLG tryhard Apex Legends All-Star squad of 50,000. I'm it shows the people in your lobby, kind of shows the last champion. It'll show you who just won a game. It's 46,000 kills. The guy's got guy plays 46 hours a freaking day, playing the game 14 days a week and 565 days a year, including holidays and weekends, statutory holidays for that matter of fact. And the guy just no-lifes it. And the same thing happened with Call of Duty, right? You start doing well on that, and you're thrown into freaking the Scump, Optic Nation, tryhard MLG scrims for $2 game battles and a quarter pounder with cheese freaking matches. It's ridiculous.
Talking in between matches or anything like that. It's because after each match they reevaluate your quote-unquote skill and then throw you into a new lobby with players of an equal skill level. If you're a new player and the system somehow failed you and you got completely wrecked in a match, then the game is going to throw you into a much easier lobby so you can get some kills and feel good about yourself, because a happy player is much more likely to drop extra money on the game. Think about this for a second. It just makes so much sense. If you feel like a beast when you play a video game and you're putting tons and tons of time into it and you really feel like you're good at the game, you're much more likely to want to spend extra money on things like cosmetics as compared to if you were awful at that game, right?
Did you catch that? You may not have, because of how much time was put between the 2 points that were made. Just in the second clip alone, so let me shorten up the time so you can really hear what's being said.
Of an equal skill level. If you feel like a beast when you of an equal skill level. If you feel like a beast when you of an equal skill level. If you feel like a beast when you of an equal skill level.
So yeah, that's my point. If you can watch both of those clips and still argue against skill-based matchmaking, then I don't know what to tell you. The arguments that were being made there is from Clickbait Thoughts. After 3 wins in Apex Legends, I was faced against the most intense tryhards imaginable. Doesn't seem like that should be possible with strict skill-based matchmaking, but he's saying it's due to skill-based matchmaking. Unless he had 20 kills every single win, odds are that is not tight skill-based matchmaking. And then Nero Cinema, the argument was being made that skill-based matchmaking is put in place to ensure lower skilled players are faced with other lower skilled players, and everyone who's affected by it is faced against players of an equal skill, because if they do really, really well every game, then they'll be more likely to spend money in the game. And that I don't know how he came to that conclusion, because those two things balance, like, they counter each other. If you're playing against 11 to 149 players of an equal skill, you're not going to go quote unquote beast every single game, because if you do, then odds are your skill is higher than theirs, therefore skill-based matchmaking must not be very tight. But like, the whole reason that they make these videos is because it gets a lot of engagement, because it says, hey, look, these losses aren't your fault, I'm on your side, I'm angry too, just as you should be. Like clickbait thoughts, his name is 8 Thoughts, but he really only seems to have 2. Let's get angry together about skill-based matchmaking. And what does Drifter look like in a bra? They're lying to you. I don't know if they understand what they're saying is incorrect, or if they just don't understand the basics of what they're saying, because every single argument that I hear against it should be arguments for it, such as, I only won 3 games, why am I facing against the worst tryhards imaginable? It doesn't make sense to me. It shouldn't make sense to you. But the thing is, if we're all angry together, you'll be my friend, right? You'll subscribe to me, right? It's just silly. And I'm making this video mainly because this is personally affecting me. The argument is not skill-based matchmaking. I'll actually get into that in a second. But the argument is starting to personally affect me because it's becoming so widely accepted that being matched against people of equal skill is unfair that it's bleeding, like the argument is bleeding into my friendship circles, and it's causing me stress, because I'll be playing games with my friends and they'll just squeal every single death that, oh, it's not fair, I can't believe this stupid skill-based matchmaking's ruining video games, I can't believe that they do this, it's all greed, they're doing this just for money, blah blah blah. It's such a bad, lame argument. And like, for example, I would benefit from tighter skill-based matchmaking. I would be, because I'll give you a really good example. Yesterday, I was playing Apex Legends, and I played 35 games around there. 34 of them were in ranked, and 1 of them weren't. I came in the top 5 in my ranked matches once. This is because ranked actually has looser skill-based matchmaking than unranked, because when you go into ranked in Apex, you are matched with people of an equal tier of skill. So there's the bronze, silver, gold, diamond, platinum, whatever, those tiers. You're matched to get in the same tier as other people, but anyone with any skill level can get in any tier, because it's based on how many wins you get, basically. So if you're the best player ever and you just haven't played competitive yet, you're going to be in bronze, and you're going to be playing with other people who are stuck in bronze. Whereas playing online in the unranked, you're ranked with people of an equal skill, give or take, you know. And I won my 1 game in unranked. It was a very close win. I almost lost a few times, as it should be. I don't feel like I should have been handed a win, and I wasn't. I worked for it. And in my other games, my unranked, in ranked, was ridiculous. It was constant, me going down and losing within 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Because in those 35 games, I think I was playing 3 hours. So my average game lasts less than 6 minutes. Because I was matched against so many people with not, like, disregarding actual skill. It was so so difficult for me to do well. Whereas with the skill-based matchmaking of unranked, I was able to push myself to get a win. As it should be. I don't think the game should hand me wins. I don't think the game should hand you wins. No one should be handed wins. People who are arguing against skill-based matchmaking aren't arguing against skill-based matchmaking. They're arguing against having to try. And you are not entitled to a win. You should work for it just as equal as everybody else. If you are matched against people who you can't win against, you need tighter skill-based matchmaking. If you're losing every single game, you need tighter skill-based matchmaking. Anyways, that's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Please just think about it before you squeal every death that, skill-based matchmaking is making the game unfair. Because it's not. If you're losing every single game, you need tighter skill-based matchmaking. Anyways, that's my point. Have a good day.